gotta try and not get it in my eyebrows. Like, did you see how quickly that blended? It's not a necessity. Oh, it smells minty. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a special occasion makeup look for pretty much any special occasion. And these are the products that I would use if I was going to some sort of special occasion, because I know that they will work in photos and just last really well and look really good. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be showing you today. This video is also partially sponsored by Charlotte Tilbury. When I think of Charlotte Tilbury as a brand as a whole, I just think luxury, the best of the best kind of makeup that you want to put on your face when you want to look your best. And so I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favourite products from Charlotte Tilbury and some of their most iconic best-selling products. I will leave them all linked down below in case you guys are interested. This is probably one of the only times where I would actually start with my eyes. On a daily basis, most of the time, to be honest, I am too lazy. If it's nothing that's super important, I will just do my base first and then do my eyes, because that's the order that I normally like to do it. However, if you are going somewhere where you want to look your absolute best, I would probably recommend to start with your eyes, and especially with the kind of look that I'm going to show you, because I want to do like a winged out look and sort of like clean up the edges before I go in with my foundation. But I mean, you know, do it in whatever order you want. I've got a bit of the Ciate like bronzing serum stuff just on my skin, just so that my face matched my neck a bit better. I'm just going to do my eyebrows quickly so that I can sort of like brush them up and get them out of the way before I do my eyeshadow. And my absolute favourite style that I do my brows is the sort of like soap brow type thing. So I'm using my Lottie London clear brow shaping wax, and I'm just going to spray it. And then I'm taking a bent spoolie and I'm just going to run this through my eyebrows. You definitely want to do that before you do your base as well. Otherwise it just goes all sticky and weird. And then I'm going to add in some little extra brow hairs using my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. I've got the shade Ash Brown. But what I would recommend is, if you are somebody that usually doesn't fill in your brows, if you are going to an event where there's going to be pictures, like a wedding or something, I would definitely recommend doing your brows. Just because sometimes in pictures, eyebrows and, well, the whole face can get a bit washed out if it's like flash photography, or if you're taking pictures in quite bright light, or like even a school prom or something. So for my eyes, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Bella Sophia palette. This is one of the luxury palettes, and it comes in a box like this. It's a little eyeshadow quad, and this is what it looks like. I mean, the packaging is absolutely stunning, and these are very luxury products, obviously. I have actually done a full video of me testing Charlotte Tilbury stuff in the past. I'm pretty sure I said in that video, or like videos since, that these products are the type of things that I would wear like on my wedding day in the future. So if I just swatch it for you and show you, the textures of these eyeshadows are so soft. So there's three that are sort of this like shimmery satin texture, and then there's one super glittery one, which is absolutely stunning. It's got like tiny little micro glitters in it. It is so beautiful. You could wear a couple of the shades for a super simple daytime look, or if you want to like amp it up in the evening, then add this like super glittery one. I'm just putting down an eyeshadow base, and I would recommend putting down something just for the eyeshadows to sort of stick to. The palettes do actually have a little guideline on the back where it says prime, enhance, pop and smoke, which is like a little recommendation of what order to sort of do the eyeshadows in. I'm actually going to start with this shade here, which is the darkest shade. I'm just taking this on a small brush, and I'm going to start like packing this on the outer corner of my eye. I am gonna try and like do a winged look, so I'm just gently gonna bring this outwards. The absolute beauty of doing your eyes first is that if you make any mistakes, you can just clear them up, but and I have just picked up the tiniest bit on my brush. Like, these shades are so pigmented and just so soft, so you can really sort of like move them about and blend them and manipulate them to how you want them to look. So bear with me, this might look a little bit odd until I've like cleaned everything up and finished off the look, but I'm just starting with that shade. I'm then going to take this shade, which is like a warm brown with a slight hint of red, and I'm just adding this above that shade, and I'm actually going to blend this all the way through my crease. If you have someone in your life that's into makeup, I think one of these quads would make such a nice gift because they're just so easy to work with. So I'm just like adding to that wing. Then I'm just taking a clean brush and I'm just going to blend over the edges. I probably will dip back into this one, but I'm just going to take this pop shade. It is just so stunning. Let's see how it goes with a flat brush. I might have to use my finger, but it's almost like a pressed glitter. Oh my god. Let's use my finger as well. Look at this shade. Like it's got tiny little flecks of gold glitter in it. Like it's not just a regular shimmer. My eyelids almost look wet. The thing that first drew me into Charlotte Tilbury makeup, obviously I'd seen people talk about it for years, but then I was talking with one of my like long-term best friends. We were just having a conversation about the Charlotte Tilbury adverts because all the models in the adverts are absolutely stunning, and they have this whole thing of like painting on like beautiful shimmers on the eyelids and stuff. And I remember thinking at the time, like, okay, they do look really nice. I know that it's a luxury brand, but you can kind of see why. So I am just going to go back in with that dark brown shade on like a little pencil brush. And I'm just going to add a little bit more and sort of like creating a wing with it. And then I'm just taking some on an angled brush just along my lash line. And then just one last little blend. And then I'm just taking a little bit of micellar water on a cotton pad and I'm just going to clean up the edges. And then I'm just taking the lightest shade in here and I'm just going to put some of this on my brow bone and in my inner corners. So we'll come back to the eyes. I'm now just going to do my face. For any special occasion, this seems to be my go-to primer because it makes my makeup last so long. It is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer and it is very sticky. Like, it's a very sticky primer. If you've tried this, you'll know exactly what I mean, and I haven't really tried anything like it. I guess the e.l.f. one is similar, but this one just works really well. And now I've got to try and not get it in my eyebrows. So now my face is slightly sticky. Underneath my foundation, I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This is an extra step, which I definitely don't do every day, but I have done so many Vogue celebrity makeup tutorials, like following Vogue celebrity tutorials. So many of the celebrities use this. Actually, just Charlotte Tilbury in general, so many celebrities seem to use the brand in their Vogue tutorial. But this is the Hollywood Flawless Filter, which is probably one of their most iconic products. I've got the shade 3. I do sometimes use 4 as well. This is a brand new one. My one's looking a little bit worse for wear. And sometimes I actually do just wear this by itself with a little bit of concealer, but it's not actually a foundation. It's kind of like a glowy, I don't actually know. I guess the way that I would describe it is like it's sort of like a filter for your skin. It doesn't give tons of coverage, but it gives a little bit of coverage and a little bit of glow. I should have done it on half my face first so you can see, but I'll just blend it in. You know, the person who first got me onto this was Jamie Genevieve. She seemed to use this in all her tutorials and her skin always looks absolutely incredible. Do you see what I mean? It's sort of just like a glowy, smoothing filter on your skin. And I know that quite a few people do use this as foundation, but I'm just using it under my foundation to give me a bit of extra glow. Then for my foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear, which is one of my faves. And I've got the shade 110. And I guess because of this, I don't need as much foundation as I normally would. And because I did my eyes first, I've now got that shape without having to remove my foundation, you know? Also, if you are taking flash photos, I would try and avoid foundations that have got SPF in them. I don't think this one has got any in it, but I have worn this in flash photos before and it looks really nice. I just like how it's quite lightweight but still has really good coverage. Then for my concealer, I'm taking the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer in the shade Cashmere. I would also use my Too Faced one, but I feel like I use that in every single video, so. And I'm just putting a little bit of concealer under my eyes, so just like a blob there and then a blob on the outer corner. And then I'm going to put a bit around my nose, a bit down the centre of my nose, and then just on any blemishes, but they're mostly covered by now. I think the best secret that I probably have to making my makeup last is doing thin layers. You don't just want to dump on a really thick, heavy load of makeup on your face. I find that it works best if I use like little bits of product but like build them. And like for example, I'll use cream and powder products just so that it sort of makes things last that extra little bit. Then for my cheeks, like I said, I'm going to use powder and cream products. For my cream bronzer, oh my god, you guys know how long I have wanted this Charlotte Tilbury product. It is the Hollywood Contour Wand, and I've got the shade Fair to Medium. So many celebrities in their Vogue videos use this, and also the cream blush in Pinkgasm, which I am on the waiting list for. So it's just a squeezy tube, and then you twist this to open it, and then you just sort of like squeeze it to get a bit out, but you really don't need much. So I'm just adding a couple dots. And then I'm also going to do some down my nose. It is just the perfect contour shade, and it blends. Like, did you see how quickly that blended? Watch these dots, okay? Just dab, 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 dab. It is just so easy to blend. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more with the excess that was on the sponge. And it is also the most perfect colour for nose contour. And then for my cream blush, I'm taking the Made by Mitchell Peach Sugar blush, which is one of my all-time faves. And I'm just gonna paint some of this on a little bit down my nose. And yeah, something else I would say is if you're the type of person that doesn't usually wear blush, it just adds an extra something to your face and like gives it a bit more shape and just gives it a bit more life and colour, so that your face doesn't look so sort of like two-dimensional in photos. So now that I've done my blush, I'm just going to re-blend my under eyes and just use like what's left on my sponge to sort of like blend over everything. And then I'm going in with my powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, which, look at the state of mine. I'm nearly out of this. And I use the shade One Fair, but they do have different shades of this. I'll just show you what a nice new one looks like. It does come in the classic box, and then this is what it looks like when it's brand new. And I'm gonna set my whole face with this, but if I just show you like one side, it's called the Airbrush Powder. Is it? Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. And I mean, it's called that for a reason. It actually, like, look at my under eye compared to the other side. That is the difference. And let me just do this side as well. It just really gives you that amazing, like, airbrushed look. I absolutely love this. I know that it's a pricey powder, but honestly, I think this will be the powder that I wear on my wedding day. And it doesn't flash back, which is so important in flash photos, obviously. You know what? I'll do a little like flash photo at the end to show you guys how it looks on camera. I'm just gonna add a little bit of bronzer. I know that I have contoured, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of bronzer just to warm up my skin a little bit. And then for my blush and highlight, I'm using this bad boy, which I used this in a testing video. It's been well loved over the past few months, and this is the Nudegasm face palette. This is what the front of it looks like, and then on the inside it looks like this. So you get two bronzers and then two highlighters, but this one's like a blushy highlighter. I'm actually just going to take the lighter bronzer, and I'm just going to use that to add a bit more contour to my nose. I think this is probably one of my favourite Charlotte Tilbury products that I've ever tried. And I do appreciate that it's a luxury. It's not a necessity. But the colours in here and like the highlighter. So first I'm taking the blushy highlight colour and just adding a little bit of that over the top of my blush. And then I'm taking the golden highlighter and I'm just going to highlight the high points of my face. So just where, like, if I turn my head, I can sort of see where like the light would naturally reflect off it. And my cheekbones, I mean, they're a bit lower down because I've got quite a round face. They're kind of just like here. And the same on this side. And then just down my nose as well. And now I think I better finish off the eyes. So I'm going to put some of that just in my inner corners to brighten them even more. And I'm just going to basically take all of these shades and just run them along my lower lash line. Starting with the darkest colour, just all the way along. And then I think I just need some of that shade that's on my lid on my lower lash line as well. So I will just take a little bit, just there. And then I'm taking the lightest shade in the palette, just on those inner little parts of my waterline. Not waterline, like lower lash line. And there we go. I'm just going to put a little bit of black liner in my tight line. And this is the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner. Just to make my lashes look a bit thicker and define my eyes a bit more because I'm not using a liquid liner today. And then for my mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic. This is so good for getting to the very root of your lashes and just like making them really long. I don't find that it smudges on me. It's just a really good mascara. And when it comes to actual false lashes for special occasions, I am going to put on a pair, but obviously do whatever you're comfortable with. I personally would choose a more like lightweight pair of lashes as opposed to like a big thick pair, because sometimes I find that when I'm wearing like a really thick pair of lashes all day, it gets quite uncomfortable. So just while I wait for my mascara to dry, this is what it looks like with just mascara on. While I wait for that to dry, I'm going to do my lips. And for my lips, I'm using some of the most iconic Charlotte Tilbury products of all, and some of my favourite lip products of all time, the Pillow Talk Lip Cheat Liner and the Pillow Talk Matte Revolution Lipstick. This is the new one, and this is my little Pillow Talk. And again, this has lasted me a long time. This is what it looks like brand new, but I am gonna use my little one because I don't need to open a new one just yet. And for me, this is the perfect... Well, it pretty much matches the colour of my lips. I was going to say my lips, but better. But yeah, I guess that is what I would describe it as. I also really love the shade called Iconic Nude, which is like a bit more of a cooler tone nude, but this is the perfect shade for sort of like overlining my lips. The smell of these lipsticks, unbelievable. Not only is the packaging absolutely stunning, I've got to say, I've never tried a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick that I haven't liked. I was actually having this conversation with my dad because he was asking me, what is it about Charlotte Tilbury lip products that people like so much? Because I gave one to my auntie and she messaged my mum like, I absolutely love that Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. And then my dad was all like, what's so special about them? And I was like, honestly, Dad, not only is the packaging amazing and like feels really luxurious, they also do have some refillable ones now where you can buy like the inserts in them, which is really cool. Just the formula of them is so creamy. They're so pigmented, but they last a really good amount of time. But then also it doesn't feel dry and it just makes your lips look so smooth. Do you kind of see what I mean? Like they're just really, really nice. Another favourite of mine, which I have in my handbag at the moment, which I think is actually the one that I took on holiday, is called Nude Romance, which again is a bit more like cool toned. Oh, and I'm actually then gonna try this, which Emma Chamberlain used one of these glosses in her Vogue video, and I've wanted to try one ever since. This is the Collagen Lip Bath, and I've got the shade Peachy Plump. So this one looks like this. Oh, it smells minty. And look, the doe foot is a little heart. How cute. Okay, cool. It doesn't really have too much colour. As you can see, it's just sort of like a slight hint of peachy colour. And it has that minty sort of taste to it, and I can feel my lips tingling a little bit. So finally, I'm going to put on some lashes, and I'm using the Eyelure Fluttery Light number 117 lashes, which are very, very lightweight. You know what? I might actually just trim these in half to make a little like half lash. Eyelure do actually make little like half lashes, but I don't have any to hand right now, so I'm just going to trim this in half. Yes! Okay, I'll do that. Okay, perfect. And my best tip for lashes is looking down into a mirror and get some of these little lash tweezer things. So these are the finished eyes. Final step in all of this is to use a setting spray. I normally actually do this before I've done my mascara, just so that it doesn't smudge anything, but I forgot. So just to lock everything in place, I'm using the Benefit Professional Super Setter. Give myself a little fan, wait for it to dry. So this is my finished special occasion face. Please let me know what you think down below. Honestly, I feel like $1 million. I feel so good in this makeup. I absolutely love it. I think it just, like, it's glamorous, but it's not like too in your face. That eyeshadow though, I just cannot stop staring at it. I'm actually just gonna brush my eyebrows up again, because they had fallen down a little bit since me putting my foundation on. I hope this was helpful, and I would love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. I am just going to do a flash photo, and I will insert it here so you guys can see what this looks like in photos. So like I said, I will leave everything linked down below. Thank you so much to Charlotte Tilbury for sponsoring this video. What an absolute dream to be able to work with them. I think if you would have told me at the beginning of my YouTube career that one day you'd be working with Charlotte Tilbury, I would never, ever, ever have believed you. So if you are looking for some luxury products, you want to treat yourself or treat a friend or family, maybe even for Christmas, they do have some beautiful stuff. If you have any favourites, let me know. If there's anything that you think I need to try. I'm now just going to answer a question of the day, and as always, if you guys have got any questions for me, leave them down below with the hashtag question of the day. Today's question comes from Manuela Giglio. They have said, "Hi Soph, love your videos and your makeup skills. Your makeup always looks gorgeous." Thank you. If you could choose a place where you'd move forever outside of England, where would it be? Love you so much. Hello from Italy. Hello. You know what? At this current moment in time, out of all of the places that I'd visited, I think I would probably choose Skiathos in Greece, which is where me and James went on holiday this summer, and it was just amazing. It was so chilled and I was so happy when I was there. I think I was probably the happiest there that I've ever been in my whole life. And also it's not too far away. You can fly home easily to see my family. I wouldn't move there now, obviously. Like, I do want to stay in England to be close to my friends and family, but if I had to, I would probably choose there. Right, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this, please give this a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to subscribe, feel free. I've been posting quite a lot recently. I'm doing a lot better than I used to be. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.